The coffee run opening took 28 attempts on day one of shooting. Every lyric painted on those walls was added digitally after filming. Director Edgar Wright conceived that exact sequence in 1995. These are 15 hidden details you completely missed in Baby Driver. Number 15. The coffee run opening looks like a love letter to Atlanta street art, with lyrics covering every wall Baby walks past. Most viewers assume those murals were real. Every lyric stenciled on those surfaces was added in post-production by visual effects studio DNEG, because one building on the route was an active courthouse that banned all paint, posters, and signage. VFX supervisor Stuart Lashley confirmed DNEG also changed the graffiti between Baby's outward walk and his return trip, so the text reads as if fresh lyrics had been applied over old ones. Pause on the walls during the first pass, then watch them on the return. The text is visibly different in each direction, and the graffiti is not the only message hidden on that walk. Number 14. During that same coffee run, Baby passes a postbox with a number stenciled near its base. Most viewers assume it is a street code. The number 2807-1978 is the UK release date of director Walter Hill's 1978 film The Driver, July 28, 1978, the single most documented creative influence behind Baby Driver. Wright confirmed the Easter egg himself, and that same number reappears in the film's final act printed on a prison jumpsuit. Look at the postbox in the lower portion of the frame during Baby's outward walk. The number passes in under a second. Knowing it is there transforms the coffee run from a musical showcase into a coded tribute. And Hill himself appears in the finished film in a role almost no viewer recognizes. Number 13. The courtroom interpreter in Baby Driver's trial scene is brief and never credited on screen. Most viewers pay no attention to him. He is Walter Hill, whose 1978 film The Driver provided the foundational blueprint for every chase Wright built into this production. Wright cast Hill specifically to honor that creative debt, with Hill contributing only his voice in the scene. Watch the courtroom interpreter closely during Baby's trial. Hill appears for only a few seconds and nothing on screen identifies him. According to Rolling Stone, Wright's admiration for Hill's work dates back to his earliest script drafts. Knowing who that interpreter is reframes every car sequence as a direct tribute to a 40-year-old film. And the casting story gets more surprising from here. Number 12. Ansel Elgort looks completely at ease behind the wheel from his very first scene. That ease was not obvious during casting. John Boyega and Logan Lerman were the leading candidates before Elgort entered the process. Elgort won the role with a self-tape in which he lip-synced and danced to the Commodore's 1977 track Easy. Wright was so struck by the tape that he added the song directly into the film's soundtrack, where it is performed by Sky Ferreira as Baby's mother. Watch any scene where Baby handles an easy record or hears the song play. Knowing the track exists in the film, entirely because of one audition tape, changes the emotional weight of every moment it appears. And the next casting decision came down to even fewer words. Number 11. Lily James appears effortlessly natural opposite Elgort from the moment she walks on screen. Her casting seemed inevitable in retrospect. Emma Stone was attached to the project in early development before James entered the process. Wright sent James's audition tape to cinematographer Bill Pope without a word of comment. Pope's reply arrived within half an hour. Hire her. James wore the same beat-up boots in every scene throughout production, a deliberate choice by costume designer Courtney Hoffman to express that Deborah is tougher beneath her diner uniform than she first appears. Watch James's feet in every scene she shares with Elgort. The boots never change even when the rest of her costume shifts. And those boots were just the beginning of a color system running through every character. Number 10. Baby wears black and white from the first frame to the last. Most viewers treat it as a simple visual choice. Hoffman built a complete color-coded warning system into every character's wardrobe. Baby's undershirt gets progressively darker as the film advances, tracking his moral compromise. Jamie Foxx's Bats wears all red in every scene as a literal danger signal. John Hamm's Buddy is dressed in blue until the climax, when he is bathed in red light as the threat becomes unavoidable. Hoffman described the red as a warning Baby never reads in time. Look at Foxx's outfit in every scene he shares with Elgort. The color system runs silently beneath every frame. And the production was hiding an equally striking decision inside the film's most dangerous sequences. Number 9. The foot chase sequence, scored to Focus's Hocus Pocus, is one of the film's most kinetic and inventive scenes. The studio identified it as a budget overrun and formally pushed to remove it from the film. Wright refused and deferred a portion of his own directing fee to keep it in the final cut. He had used a fragment of the same Focus track in his 2007 film Hot Fuzz and told interviewers it was his personal favorite scene in Baby Driver. Watch the foot chase knowing every dollar it cost came directly from Wright's own paycheck. The sequence survived because the director bet his own income on it, and the financial stakes would get even higher when the production tried to film on a live American interstate. Number 8. The opening freeway chase on Interstate 85 looks like it was filmed on a fully controlled highway. Atlanta gave the production one window, 6 in the morning to a hard 2 in the afternoon on one Sunday. The freeway was never fully closed. Stunt coordinator Robert Nagel and stunt driver Jeremy Fry had 1 hour of rehearsal before cameras rolled. 50 production cars formed a sealed bubble traveling at 70 miles per hour between police escorts. The moment where Baby slips between 2 identical red Chevrolet Cruzes to fool the helicopter was completed inside that window. Watch the freeway sequence knowing every stunt was finished in one Sunday morning with no second chance. And the cars performing those stunts were hiding engineering secrets invisible to the naked eye. Number 7. Baby's red 2006 Subaru Impreza WRX looks like a single car pushed through every chase. The production built 3 separate WRXs for different functions. Atlanta-based shop All Pro Subaru modified 2 of them for stunt use. The third was converted from all-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive because Fry determined the J-turn into drift was only physically achievable in a rear-wheel drive configuration. Wright also consulted filmmaker George Miller, who advised on the pursuit crane rig used across Mad Max Fury Road and which appears throughout Baby Driver's chase sequences. Look at the WRX during the alley J-turn and compare the handling to the freeway shots. The car moves differently in each sequence because it literally is a different car, and the director was controlling more than just the vehicles on set. Number 6. The warehouse sequence during Tequila looks like a dramatic lighting effect designed in post-production. It was not. Wright had a practical button installed on set, labeled with his own name, that he pressed manually to trigger each light bulb in time to the song's percussion. The track is a 1996 cover by Button Down Brass that Wright protected for over 20 years, reserving it so no other film could claim it first. The production used approximately 4,000 practical bulbs across the entire shoot. Pause on any flash during Tequila and notice each one lands exactly on a beat. Every light in that scene was triggered by a button in Wright's hand. And the obsession with locking songs to images traces back to a single cassette tape. Number 5. Baby Driver plays like a film with a single unified creative vision. That vision had a very specific starting point. In 1995, a 21-year-old Wright was editing his first feature in North London when he heard a dubbed cassette of the John Spencer Blues Explosions Bell Bottoms and saw the entire opening car chase sequence in his head. The finished film opens with that exact sequence, locked to that exact song, executed 22 years later. Wright first tested the concept in 2003 with a Mint Royale music video starring Noel Fielding as a getaway driver. Clips from that same video appear on Baby's apartment television in the finished film. Watch Baby's TV screen in the apartment scenes. Fielding appears in archive footage Wright embedded directly into the frame. Number 4. The soundtrack feels perfectly matched to the film, as if each song was discovered during production. Wright had been protecting specific tracks for decades, choosing deep cuts unlikely to be licensed by other productions. He personally coordinated with filmmaker James Gunn before the release of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 to confirm neither film was using the same songs. Music supervisor Kirsten Lane handled rights clearance for all 35 licensed tracks. According to Variety, approximately 95% of the music in Wright's original script made the final cut. The songs were not chosen to fit the film. The film was built around the songs. And that level of advanced planning had a profound technical consequence on how every single scene was physically shot. Number 3. The synchronization between music and image looks like a post-production achievement assembled over months in an editing suite. It was not. Editor Paul Mackless was physically on the Atlanta set for the entire shoot, operating a portable Avid editing cart sometimes networked inside the camera command vehicle during moving sequences. He received footage from each take immediately and assembled scenes the same day they were filmed. Mackless and editor Jonathan Amos had also prepared a 100-minute audio version of the entire script years before cameras rolled, combining table-read dialogue, pre-licensed music, and sound effects. According to Hollywood Reporter, Wright screened the full film as a visual animatic to all department heads before day one. Every cut in Baby Driver had been imagined long before it was filmed. Number 2. The moment Baby removes one earbud to have a conversation looks like a simple character detail. Sound supervisor Julian Slater and the mixing team built an unconventional Dolby Atmos mix in which Baby's music plays exclusively from the speaker corresponding to the ear holding his earbud. When Baby pulls his right earbud out, the music drops from the right speaker while continuing in the left. In headphones, the effect is precise. Music plays in the active ear, then disappears when the bud is removed. According to IndieWire, Slayer described treating Baby's listening as a diegetic stereo instrument. Listen with headphones to any scene where Baby removes an earbud. The audio changes as he moves it. And the most personal secret is hidden in the film's very first seconds. Number 1. Before the first song begins in Baby Driver, a high-pitched tone builds under the studio logos. Most viewers assume it is ambient score. It is not. The tone represents the tinnitus Wright experienced as a teenager, a condition he has discussed as the emotional foundation for Baby's character. Sound supervisor Julian Slater confirmed the team adjusted the pitch after test screenings revealed the original frequency distracted younger audiences. The intensity of the ringing in the mix scales with Baby's anxiety across the film. After Buddy fires a weapon beside Baby's ears in the climax, the mix introduces new frequencies to reflect the additional damage. Listen to the film's very first seconds before Bell Bottoms begins. That tone is a sound Wright has carried since he was a teenager. Baby Driver is a film where a director spent 22 years protecting songs, triggered light bulbs by hand, paid his own fee to save one scene, and hid his tinnitus in the opening seconds. Every earbud and every cut was placed with intention. Watch it again with headphones. Which hidden detail surprised you most? And what film should we open next?